Yes, I would like to that's actually got me to an idea, because there's many songwriters these days in Berlin, more than used to be, I think.
Yeah.
And especially international people coming in.
Sure.
My question for this thing with writer's block and comfort zone, you mentioned this thing that making lots of money and not art. You have any advice now what to do if someone is in the position that things are going well but there's no output? What to do? Like, should you leave the situation, leave the comfort zone, or stay in the situation and just work your ass off, just, get...
I think, but for any artist and for any writer, their art or their writing, or indeed if you're an actor, your acting is your life. That's what you do. And if you're going through a period of time when you're not writing much, then it means you shouldn't be writing much. So just take it easy, do something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Do something else. Do something for somebody else. Artists are very self-obsessed because they have to be. And living with artists, living with musicians is very, very different. So the answer to it is, in my view, because I lecture about this. I don't know if you know that. I do lectures at universities about creative writing. That's one of the things I do. And when I go out and do the tour in the summer, what I do is I meet up with a lot of local musicians, for instance. I go and do shows and I show films and things. And you can talk about that. But I believe what you do, instead of being obsessed by yourself and obsessed by your creative output, go and do something for somebody else. Go and give some old lady, go and make her a cup of tea.
So not write a song for someone else?
No,
do
go and
something
do
non-artistic.
something. Because do something. You have to have a life. If you have no life, you've got nothing to write about.
Yeah.
I mean, as you get, like, the whole rock music trip for years, we used to do, like, we used to make 2 albums a year and play 300 shows. So your life is making albums, doing shows, getting completely out of it, being exhausted, throwing up, having customs men look up your bottom. I mean, that was your life. And if you write about that, that's very boring.
Yeah.
Everybody has for me, all art and all music, of which songwriting is a part. It's part of the artistic spectrum. It's about expressing your view of the world. So the thing to do, if you have a problem in terms of expressing something, increase your view. You need input.
Yeah.
You need reality. And people they just hang off everything. I mean, for instance, as a student, I was a student and I was doing shows at night. So you're doing 8 hours student a day and you write loads of music. I run all the businesses myself, so I work 8 hours a day in an office. And my friends who are amateur musicians play more than I do. But that means for me, if I have to work in the office and I'm dealing with VAT people and business people and record company heads and people I hate all day long, when I have time off in the evening, it's fantastic. I get so excited. When I had, I say I was obviously very successful at different times, and you've got all day, and everybody says yes to you. Everything you do, oh, it's wonderful, yes. How are you doing? Yes, you do this. When you're rich, you never pay for a meal. The companies take you out. When you've got no money, you can never get anything. They take you out. It's a totally false life. The answer to all, I think, writing, I don't know what you think about acting. If you don't take in, you need reality. You need experience. You need to know what real life's about. And that's the secret of writing. Live, then you can write. If you sit in front of a piece of paper, you'll write about sitting in front of a piece of paper. Obviously, you can draw from experience. And being old is a great advantage because you've got a lot more experience. The only thing I hope I don't lose, that I can keep performing. I can perform easily for another 30 years. I'm 54. But it's all about energy. It's about energy and open-mindedness. Reading a lot's good. If you're a writer, you've got to read. And I also go and see lots of films, because I think that.
You listen to music a lot these days? No,
not hardly at all. I listen to contemporary music, so I know what's going on. I've got 5 kids between 10 and 25, so therefore all music, I get a clear idea of what's. I want to know what's innovative because I produce records, so I know very much what's current. That's why on tour with me, we always have interesting indie bands on tour with us. I mean, touring in Germany, we've got Voltaire touring with us, and the idea that I made sure I checked to see what kind of bands I like and see what's going on. But have some real life. That's the secret of life.
Good, thanks. Great answer. Great. Who's next up?
Where do you feel at home?
Pardon?
Where do you feel at home?
I feel at home everywhere because I like travelling a lot. I've always spent a lot of time travelling. Obviously, with the children, they know what I do. It's like I'm in the Navy or something. I disappear for a long time, then come back. My greatest achievement is having had 5 kids and also been an artist, because most people find that really difficult to resolve. It relates to the writing thing. If you have a life, and if you have kids, and you have hardship, or you have the joy of the kids, and you have arguments, you get. Well, I've been divorced once. I actually succeeded in having five children with the same woman, which is a major achievement in music. And although we're divorced, she still loves me and I love her in a way. That's just the way it is. So, I don't know, yeah. I can't remember what the question was now, but I'm sure I got somewhere in that.
Where you feel at home?
I feel at home, I'm pretty comfortable everywhere. But I mean, at home, I like to go back to a place. I've got a base. I live in a small and completely chaotic flat, which I go back to, which is my base. But again, I make sure I spend a lot of time where the younger kids live. And that's in Brighton by the sea. And one thing I have to go back and spend time by the sea. I don't know why, I've been there for 30 years. To recharge, otherwise I overheat.
Excellent. Next up.
Hast du schon mal ein anderes Instrument als eine Gitarre gespielt?
Have you ever played a different...
Yeah, I understood the question. I can't answer in German, but I can understand the questions. Yes. I started by the first instrument, I did a lot of singing from when I was 6. All my family are singers, and some of them are comics, and they've been involved in the music hall. So they're all singers and sing in the church. Then I played, what did I play first? I played a clarinet, I don't know what that is in German. And then I swapped the clarinet and I played drums from when I was 13. Oh, it's a phone. So yeah, I mean, I played clarinet and saxophone as a kid. Then I played drums in bands. I played my first professional show in 1969 when I was 15 as a drummer, and everybody else was much older, and it was very, very weird indeed. And then I decided being a drummer was too near the back of the band. That's why I played guitar, so I moved forwards. And then I discovered that being a singer is pretty good because everybody talks to you. But most singers are very small. They're enormously arrogant and they're very small. Guitar players are very small, arrogant and crazy, and girls only like bass players. So if you want girls, play a bass.
Okay, and the last question.
Wie lange spielst du schon Gitarre?
How long have you been playing guitar?
I played guitar since I was 14. I stole my sister's guitar and played that. But I've never had guitar lessons. But you know, you get better for some reason.
Excellent. Okay, that was the question block. Thanks a lot. A big round of applause.
Thank you.